Hello everybody, welcome to week 23 of the pregnancy vlog. So today I guess it's a little bit exciting because we reach like each week I'm reviewing the week before, so we've just reached 24 weeks today, which is the V-Day or viability day of the baby, which is pretty cool. I think once you hit 24 weeks, it's like the magic age when if something should happen or you went into early labour, like medical staff, doctors and things have to do what they can to save the baby. And of course babies have survived at 24 weeks. It's like pretty scary, like thinking about it, because I'm like, how can babies survive like this young? And he's like, he's not been in there that long, he needs to stay in cooking. So anyway, we're I reckon he's gonna overstay his welcome in my tummy anyway, so I don't think we'll have any problems there. I reckon I'm going for 9 days, I think it was, over, because my due date is the 5th of May. I'm thinking it'll be the 13th. Aiden's hoping for the 8th because that's his birthday. So we shall see. But I reckon I think it'll be after Aiden's birthday. So yeah, so week 23 has been okay. I think, well, like sort of throughout the whole pregnancy really, obviously I've been reasonably hormonal. I wouldn't say like overly. Don't just like, actually I do cry at random things. But I don't just like randomly just start, like I'm walking along and then just cry. But this week has been a bit tough. I think I had a tough day, a tough week at work, and other things, so I found it a bit like emotionally draining. Hormones definitely don't help in that, like, because you have like a normal stressful situation anyway, it's pretty bad, but when you've got like pregnancy hormones as well, oh, it's like the end of the world. Yeah, so hormone wise, but the weekend's been good. I haven't had work this weekend, so that's always a good weekend. Weekend's gone fast, and pretty tired now. Like, I've been alright tired wise this week, but I have sort of, I don't want to say been suffering, but I've had like, as I said on the last week's vlog, like I've been having some hip pain on the right hand side, just like, which is my left, which is my right, on the right hand side, sort of like right in your groin sort of area. That's still there. Like, I guess sort of midweek-ish it was better, not like completely gone, but it wasn't like really even that noticeable, but it is back now, and it makes sleeping a bit uncomfortable. Like, I wake up in the night, say like you roll over, like I guess most people do. Some people, such as Aiden, are more fidgety than others when they're in bed, but you just like would roll over normally in bed. When I'm moving in bed now, it wakes me up because like it hurts. Not like, I mean, it's not agonizing, it's just more irritating, but it means like you get disturbed sleep, so I think that's sort of catching up a bit with me now, so I'm feeling tired tonight. I have ordered, or tried to order, I don't know what's going on with PayPal tonight, one of the pregnancy sleep pillows. Now, I always thought like I wouldn't buy one of them because I thought they're a bit gimmicky, but I also didn't think that I would be getting pain in my hip. What I've been doing is using just a normal pillow between my legs, and that does help. I think, like, I have slept better. It sort of relieves some of the pressure on your hip, I think. But because now I've also got a bump there, I think it will help to have something. It's sort of like a long sausage shaped pillow, so it will support the bum and goes between your legs as well, so supports like the hips there, and then I think it comes up under your shoulders, and I think it loops around just a tiny bit, so you get a bit of back support, and it also helps you to stay on your side when you're asleep. They don't recommend sleeping on your back after, I think, 16 weeks, 15 or 16 weeks, because the weight from the bump can like press on the blood vessels, and it can restrict the blood flow. I think from reading up on it, like, you would wake up, like, it can leave you a bit short of breath and stuff, and I haven't had anything like that, so I don't think it's a major issue. But I do quite often wake up on my back, and I don't get like breathlessness or anything, but it does ache, so I think it is better to try and stay on your side, and this pillow should help like support it, so like you don't roll over quite as much. But we'll see how I go on with that. I've heard sort of some people been a bit negative about them, but a lot of people have said they're amazing and they wish they'd got it sooner, and certainly from like 20 weeks onwards they're quite beneficial. So once I've got it, I shall be sure to report back. Other news this week, baby was like really quiet. I guess from sort of Monday evening onwards, I went dancing on Monday night, and I thought that he would sort of, well, at least sort of respond or do something, because obviously me bouncing around would bounce him around, but there was no movement at all, so he wasn't bothered at all by the tap. And then Tuesday he was really quiet. I wasn't sure if I felt him in the morning or whether I was sort of dreaming. Looking back, I probably did feel it. And then like all day, much quieter than he had been. Wednesday was the same. I tried like playing some music on my phone, like put my phone by my tummy, and I did get some little movements, but they were much lighter than they'd been the week before. And so then by Thursday he was still being quiet, so I was getting a bit concerned. I thought probably being like really paranoid, but if I don't do something to reassure myself or ask somebody and something had gone wrong, I wouldn't forgive myself. So what's really great, my midwife, you can text her. I don't know how common that is or not, but it's really handy. So on Thursday I was drying my hair, and I thought, why sit there worrying? That's what they're there for. I'll just ask her. So I thought, is it just a case of like he's possibly moved to the back rather than the front, so I can't feel him as often and as strongly. So I sent her a little text, and she texted back like basically instantly, which was great. And she said it's really common, and to do the ice water test, so what you have to do is get a glass of iced water. We did have a few ice cubes in the freezer, so I used that. And then you sit down for half an hour with a pint of iced water, and you sip it over the half an hour, and you should have at least 2 movements during that time. So I thought, okay, fine. So I did that. It was back to normal sort of work time, so I was at home on Thursday, so I just I could take half an hour to sit down on the sofa. And he didn't move probably the first 10-15 minutes, but then by the end of the half an hour, and the end of this pint of freezing cold drink, he'd moved several times. Again, it wasn't as strong as they'd been before, but I was sure this time that it was some definite movement, so I was much more reassured. So I texted her back just to let her know and to say thank you. She does the clinics on Fridays at our doctor's, and she did offer for me to go in the following day, which would have been Friday, to have a listen to baby's heartbeat, just to reassure myself further. But I have got an appointment with her next Friday, so I thought, no, I've felt him move. I'm quite happy that he's all right in there, and if she says it's quite common, like perhaps he's just moved away, then that's fine, because I know that I'm going to hear the heartbeat next week. So I texted her back and I said that I told her that I had an appointment next week anyway, and although I would really have loved to go on in, I restrained myself. I thought someone else can have that appointment. Then the following day, just because he's like, right, now I've got you worked up enough to actually bother the midwife, go back to normal. And so like over the weekend, he's been wriggling around. The kicks are strong again. Like Friday, I was sat in the nursery, I was sat in my rocking chair, and I actually saw my tummy move, which was amazing. And then Friday night, when we're going to bed, Aiden actually felt the baby for the first time, finally felt the baby. He was a bit freaked out, but baby finally kicked. I think he kicked 4 times for him, so that was pretty cool. He hasn't managed to catch him again over the weekend, but Aiden's quite impatient, so he'll come over, he'll put his hand on my tummy, and if like something doesn't happen fairly instantly, then he'll go, and then 9 times out of 10 the baby will like move in like the 30 seconds after Aiden's gone. But he's definitely felt baby now, so that's really cool, and I'm really pleased. So what he wants to see now is actually see it move, because that's pretty cool. It's only like sort of a slight, what Aiden described it as like feels like a pulse, which is pretty good, pretty good explanation. But when you see it, it's just like a little, the tummy moves out a little bit, and then once it gets like bigger and near the end, you can actually like see like your tummy squirm, which is weird but amazing. Yeah, so that's about it for news over this last week. I do have a few more bits in the nursery, so I'm going to go and show you that now. Okay, so back in my nursery, which is probably my favourite place in the house now. So adorable. I've got a few more bits that have arrived. I think I may have said I'd ordered these bits with some of the Christmas vouchers we've got. So they've arrived now. It's his lovely nautical bumper and clock, which will go up on the wall during the next session of nursery things. And then this is his sleeping bag. Zips up around the bottom, all the way up to the side there, and the shoulders are poppers there, so you can quite easily just unpop those and unzip it if you need to do any nighttime changes. Sleeping bags are great because they can't kick the covers off during the night, so you know that they're always going to be warm. You can they come with guides as well of what they should wear underneath depending on the temperature of your room. We've got a little thermometer up there, so we can keep an eye on that. And then today we went into Matalan. We had to get a few shirts for Aiden for work, and we had a 20% off voucher, so I was like, well, you have to go and have a look at the baby stuff. So I was given permission to buy one thing, which was this sleep suit. This is in the same material that we've got the blue blanket in, which I showed you a few weeks ago, and it's super soft, like a fleecy material. So a cute little sleep suit with little feeties, and that's really nice. Only £7, so I was buying that, and then I was being ushered out of the baby aisle. We went past this display that had nautical stuff, and it's so cute. Like, this is probably like the cutest sleep suit that I have seen. They are really good design in Matalan because they come with the built-in scratch mitts, so you just fold that over their little hands to stop the evil baby nails. So that's so cute, and it goes with his room, so Aiden couldn't say no. It's so cute. So that comes in a pack of 2. Got one stripe here and one really cute print. They also had a pack of vests, so we had to get that as well. What I want to get is some longer sleeved vests as well, and because then, like, say the room's reasonably warm, and obviously it will be starting to come into summer depending on what type of summer we get. You can just use a long sleeve vest with the sleep bag, or if it's, I think it's like say 18 degrees ish, a short sleeve vest and a sleep suit, and then the sleeping bag. So what I was planning on doing is getting enough like selection. Obviously the vests are like a staple thing, aren't they? So they're great to have several of. So a selection of the vests, and then like enough clothes for him for sleeping. So some sleep suits, and I'll get a few more sleep suits, longer sleeve vests, and probably like a few pairs of pyjamas. I've also got some swaddle blankets which I've ordered, so when they're newborn and they're in the Moses basket, you can wrap them in the swaddle blanket, which is supposed to like make them feel secure, like they're back in the womb. So that'll be initially, because they can't use the sleep bag unless they're, I think it's £8 or £8 something, because they need to be big enough so their head can't slip down. So it'll probably start off with swaddle blankets in the Moses basket before he moves on to his sleep bag and his cot. So I was going to get enough like of those clothes, and the sort of like vests and things, because I thought if people are going to buy you stuff once he's born, they're probably going to go for the more cuter outfits, so like the cute little trousers or dungarees and cute little things like that. So if I can get enough of the staple things, and I will have to buy a couple of cute outfits myself as well. And I'll get sorted. Obviously I still don't know like what sort of size. All the clothes that we've bought today, we've bought in 0 to 3 months. The newborn size goes up to £8.8, and I don't think that he will be in that size very long. So we've gone for 0 to 3. I do have a couple of packs of the newborn vests anyway, and I'll get like just a couple of things, so he's just got maybe like a week's worth of the basic clothes in newborn size, because I don't think he'd be in them very long. So the more special things I get in a slightly bigger size, and they should last him a little bit longer. Yeah, so I'll put all this away. It'll probably be out and folded and whatever several times, and I'll wash it all obviously before he arrives. But I've put all his little clothes in his drawers this week just because I wanted to, and it also like makes the room a bit more tidy, and it's nice to just play with the clothes. So that's it for this week. Next Friday I've got the midwife, so I shall let you know how that went on next week's vlog. And I don't think there's like, I think it's 28 weeks, so it'll be the following appointment when they do like the blood tests and for the injections and everything that I have to have. So I will update you on my appointment next week and also what's been happening in the week. Please thumbs up and subscribe. I'll speak to you then.